Phil, tell me, how does it feel to be coming over here and taking on the hometown guy?
Man, it's good, man. I enjoy competing on the road. It's a good feeling.
Do you still feel there's a massive disparity when it comes to the wrestling of MMA fighters in America? Obviously, your collegiate career is well documented, but I mean, for everyday fighters, do you think there is still a massive gulf between American fighters and European fighters when it comes to wrestling?
For the most part, yeah. Wrestling makes up a large part of the game, but it all depends on your fight style. You know, a lot of guys, you know, they don't have to engage in the wrestling portion because they develop a fight style where they can stay away from it. You know, they just kind of. You get a lot of high-level guys, say like, you know, the Diaz brothers, not really wrestlers, but great on the ground. So they, someone goes to put them in a bad position, take them down. They get to the ground first, and then they, you know, they're legit black belts on the ground. So there's these ways that you can
counteract it.
Yeah, counteract it. Exactly.
When we think of Linton coming into this fight, do you expect him to want to keep as far away from you as he possibly can and try to land big shots here? What do you imagine he's going to try to do to you?
Flights got canceled, and I got no luggage. I haven't even brushed my damn teeth.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Which is
probably pretty normal for Britain.
I think his striking style is just very forward, which involves clinching.
No, I'm totally
That's just what he does. You know, he strikes forward, he comes in, he clinches.
I'm honestly happy to be here. Like, I love traveling. I love to
suspect there will be wrestling.
Get out and see the world, man.
Whether he wants to or not, that's just the way he strikes.
It's your first visit. Have you been able to take anything from his losses to Bellator and Muhammad Ali?
No, I'm going to stay
extra. Do you think that, you know, it's shown you anything there in those fights, or have you done any kind of research at all?
I got nothing. Yeah, it sucks.
Not really.
But, you know, hey, I do have my mouthpiece.
You know, you can't really pull too much from the Bader fight.
So basically, if
he was doing all right, and then he wasn't doing all right. You know, it all happened too fast. It wasn't a real, you know, in science, it wasn't a true sample size. You know, it just wasn't enough. You know when you taste something, if it's just a little bit, it's kind of bitter in your mouth. You gotta like get a whole spoonful and then squish it around. It wasn't anything. It just wasn't enough to say, aha, I know what he's gonna do. It just wasn't.
It was just gonna be hard.
Is it frustrating the situation you're in with the champion here?
Yeah, so I think we're both.
It's obviously a fight you want, but it's a fight that maybe the promoter won't want to put on straight away again. I mean, is that a frustrating situation? Because obviously we know you're one of the best fighters in this division.
Absolutely. You know, of course it's a frustrating situation.
Oh, definitely.
There's a guy out there has a win over me, and he's another division. So
the way that I've always done this game, man,
something to be said about that. But at the same time, one fight at a time. My job's the same every time I go out. I gotta win. I gotta fight somebody. I gotta beat them up. Gotta get my hand raised.
Was there any interest in trying to have heavyweight tournaments at all?
I like heavyweights, and there's some heavyweights that I can beat up on. But heavyweight exists at a different speed. You know, it's a different skill set. There's just.
But I'm looking forward to it. He's like one of the best.
In order to be a good heavyweight, you know, you gotta be dedicated. It's not just the difference between, you know, you have a lighter guy, let's say Conor McGregor moves up from featherweight to 155.
I like to drag it out.
That's cool.
What are we gonna do?
There
give
is
30 seconds? They ain't gonna enjoy
a lot of difference between 205 and 265. There's the margin for error with those big guys, whether it be a takedown or a punch. You just cannot afford to take that kind of abuse from a big guy. You need to develop a game where you're in the heavyweight
that's
division.
Definitely what he's looking for. But, there always comes a point in your career when you realize
you gotta fully dedicate yourself to being a heavyweight. That's what I think.
Once he figures that out, we're gonna dig in and we're gonna fight.
As well, these bigger guys thinking about big shots. I mean, is that something that you would like to, if you were going to fight a heavyweight, you'd like to have a year and obviously get well compensated for it? Is that the way you're thinking about it?
Yeah, you know, it just takes. I've competed my whole life at around this weight, and I'm very made for the 205 weight class. And to go up to 265, I would just need some time to tailor my diet, my training, my body composition to meet myself.
We don't need him. Player,
the kind of heavyweight would be, you know, it's not about beating 1 or 2 guys, it's about beating the best guys. And, you know, you got to spend time at heavyweight developing a heavyweight game to do that. So, yeah, it would take a little time.
So where do you go from here? I mean, if you pick up another win here,
you got in last night at 12:30.
Is that the kind of problem for you? Like, I mean, when the champion is elsewhere, or do you have in mind where you want to fight next?
You know, President Scott Coker said recently that in 18 months' time, there's going to be a lot of new recruits in Bellator, and anything he said in the media is not just stuff that he says to media. They're pretty much facts when they come out of his mouth. He's a very calculated guy, and he's you know, he's not like I mean, he's a salesman. He has to sell a show. But I tell you what, he means it. There will be. There's more folk coming. There's more great talent in the world, and Bellator is going to go after every great fighter who wants to be a part of Bellator.
There seems to be like a situation at the UFC's light heavyweight division where there's not a lot of new talent being injected into the division. A lot of people are complaining that it's kind of a bit stale.
I survived Mexico.
I mean, how do you feel about it? Do you have a view of the division at the moment?
What, the UFC?
Yes.
You know, my feeling is that you know, Alexander Gustafsson is
I'm excited.
He's the guy right now. He's the champion. Well, the champion is Daniel Cormier.
Since I've been in the game, that's what I've been doing.
He's up fighting at heavyweight.
This will be my 20th fight for Bellator, which was
it's unfortunate. I literally just found out via someone else, another member of the media, that Gustafsson his fight is off due to injury. Luke Rocco got injured, so
I'm not expecting to be a world champion. I just like to fight.